Challenging times for Iraq again. 8 months since the general election, and it seems the nation is still no closer to having a functioning government. With 329 seats shared among 33 parties and 43 independents, forming a majority coalition requires a lot of wheeling and dealing. The Sadrist movement, led by popular Shia religious leader Muqtada al-Sadr, holds by far the largest number of seats with 73. At least it did, until Sunday. Frustrated by the failure to reach consensus and form a government, lawmakers from the Sadrist movement resigned en masse.
Iraq does not need the formation of a government, but an effective government whose majority serves its people, returns its glory and obedience to God. So let our beloved Sadrist bloc members write their resignations from parliament.
The makeup of Iraq's parliament reflects the sectarian divides in the country. Shia parties hold the bulk of the seats, followed by Sunni and Kurdish parties. The groups usually form coalitions and vote in blocs. Without a clear majority, no single party is able to dominate parliament, and so they must rely on smaller like-minded parties to help push through legislation.
The remaining political forces are faced with two options, the best of which is not ideal: to form government with partners they do not agree with or trust, therefore committing a marathon of negotiations with them.
Despite being resource-rich, decades of war and insurgency have left Iraq struggling economically, and the situation is worsening. The United Nations says 41 million Iraqis live in poverty. Despite its large oil deposits, Iraq relies on imports to meet its energy demands. Iran provides a third of the country's gas and energy needs. Youth unemployment stands at 40%, and more than 2 million people are in need of food assistance. Many fear that the Sadrist resignations could lead to protests and conflict in the streets between al-Sadr supporters and other armed groups.
Al-Sadr left the matter in the hands of the Iraqi people. This means that the demonstrations can return to the streets, and thus the Iraqi street will be the main controller of the parliament or the next government.
For a country that has known nothing but war and instability for 2 decades, the political impasse could be the spark that reignites sectarian violence.